Introducing the new world era of e-commerce. We spent over $400,000 on masterminds, coachings, and gurus, and are giving it all away for free. And in this video, we are going to take you through exactly what we're talking about and why we're doing that. Quickly, before we get started, background from us. My name is Karl Weicher. I'm the founder of Accelerated, and we help 8-figure brands get more scalability, profits, and revenue with AI-based conversion frameworks and multi-funnel testing. Over the past 3 years, we have worked with over 200 brands, including the Udi, Bessie, Kinobody, Drippy Amsterdam, and a lot of other brands. And I'm also a keynote speaker at a lot of the leading marketing events like Geek Out Dubai, Vitao Live in Oxford University, ESS Mastermind, Kinsa 360, AdWord, and a lot of other masterminds and events. And today I'm joined by Sebastian Zielinski, and I'm going to give over to him so that he can introduce himself to you too.
Thanks for the warm introduction, Karl. My name is Sebastian. I'm the founder of Iron Media and the holding company Odin Finance. We solely scale brands from high 7 to 8 figures with our ARR framework and building out the in-house media buying teams there. We work with over 300 brands, sharing a couple, like more than 10 or 15 brands with Karl right now. And right now we're working with brands like Philipp Plein, Versace, Dunels, Falkenthal, Natur Treu, and also Kinobody, and a lot of other of your favorite brands that you're seeing in the newsfeed. And before I was doing that, I scaled 4 of my own brands to 8 figures, and you're in the best place right here, right now, to enter the new world era of e-commerce.
Sweet. So what's the goal? What's the whole purpose of this video in the new world era? The whole goal is getting you to 6 figures a month with your e-commerce brand. The long story short is that we want to establish the fast track to 6 figures per month with a healthy product profit margin done yourself, right? You're going to do this completely by yourself. We are building a community of successful, like-minded e-commerce entrepreneurs. It's going to be a video coaching with 8 modules, and it's going to be the single source of truth for e-commerce for free. Everything for completely free. No hidden catch, no upsets, none of this bullshit. We are giving you all of the value for free. And you may ask yourself, why are we doing this? Really simple. We want to establish thought leadership and shape the market, right? We want to be the main players in the market. We want to cancel out all of the fake gurus and the bait agencies. Think of this as the purge for e-commerce, right? With like cutting out all of the bad people. And lastly, we want to create a market segment of successful e-commerce companies with free cash flow to invest to take things to the next level so that you can then work with us, right? The core concept behind this is right now we live in an age of information overload, right? You can go on Google right now and you can access everything in seconds. But the thing is, it's more difficult than ever to distinguish between proven frameworks and just bullshit information because you don't know who to trust anymore. And we also live in an age where everybody and their mother are trying to teach you how to make money because they make money teaching you, not by doing it themselves. And that's why they complicate the shit out of the process, because then it's easier for them to sell you the solution, right? I want to put emphasis on this. They don't make money using this themselves. They make money teaching you. That's why they need to make it seem as complicated as possible, because only then they can give you their solution so that you're buying from them, right? Now, Sebastian and I strongly believe that access to information should be free. That's why we have our YouTube channels. It's why we have our LinkedIn accounts, Instagram, Twitter. We are giving everything away for free, right? And also, we never made our money by selling courses or coaching to people. Every single day, we make our money working in the trenches with brands that are already at 7, 8, or 9 figures, which means we don't sell the information to them. The information is already out there on how to do everything, literally. We sell the implementation and our experience, right? And that's why we have decided to give you our proven frameworks and solutions for free. So you can apply it yourself and take your brand from 5 figures a month to multiple 6 figures a month. And then you can work with us, right? And then we can take it to the next level. So before I explain exactly how we're going to achieve that, I want to clear one point. Why should you listen to us? So let's talk about some unfuckable proof. Because the core question you have to ask yourself is, who can I trust? And I was thinking about a good answer. The logical answer to that question is, you can trust entrepreneurs that have repeatedly done it themselves. So what I want to do now is show you our track record so you can figure out yourself if you want to trust us or not.
So in order to give some track record in our cases, I included a screenshot from my Chart Mogul account for my 8-figure 2CCX ClickFunnels award that we earned with our growth agency. So we aren't making money by selling coaching to newbies. We are making money by working with your favorite brands, providing them a lot of value, and then of course charging a premium for that because we are just that good. And this is some unfuckable proof that you can't get anywhere else, because I think no one is showing that Chart Mogul and their insights of their bookkeeping softwares. We want to keep everything as transparent, and we want to keep everything as transparent and real talk style as possible.
As Sebastian said, and I really like this point, we want to keep everything as transparent and as authentic as possible. That's why we are showing so much, right? Also, what happened over the past couple of years is that due to our success and the track record and the insane case studies that we have worked on, we have been invited to speak at leading marketing events to share the frameworks and show how exactly we were able to pull this off, right? So we were invited to be keynote speaker at the Giga Dubai by Nick Shackelford, which you can see here, right? The Vital Live event in Oxford University next to people like Peter Kerr, Paris Lampropoulos, Chris Haddad, right? Huge industry OGs. The ESS Mastermind in New York and Miami, where you can see Sebastian here talking, from Alex Fedotov. Kinsa 360 in Dubai, which is one of the biggest affiliate marketing conferences. The AdWorld, which is the biggest online marketing conference. Finest Audience Mastermind, Contra, and many, many more. We have been preaching and sharing our frameworks on so many stages so that we can give value to the industry and help people like you get your brand to the next level. So another point is industry leaders trust us. What I did here is I linked some of the testimonials from different industry leaders, so you can watch them yourself if you want, right? They are all linked here. So, for example, Ian Nagy, he's the founder of Vital and Inceptly. Vital is a YouTube ads buy software with over 100,000 people in it. Inceptly is this YouTube ads agency, and they have managed over $150 million in ad spend on YouTube, also for brands like the Udi. Mark Weininger, he's the founder of Schema M, which is the biggest paid social agency in Germany. They managed over $190 million ad spend on Meta and TikTok. And he's also the founder of Tracify, which is the biggest tracking and attribution software in Germany. Alex Fedotov, he has multiple 7- and 8-figure brands. He's the owner of ESS Mastermind and coaching. So they all vote for us, right? They all invite us to their masterminds to share what we do. And this should also be some proof for you, because usually what you see with gurus and with all of these fake coaches and these dropshipping coaches, they are always going to be by themselves because they are not part of the community. And this is really important to understand. You're always seeing them by themselves, maybe in like a nice car or something, but never with the industry leaders or the industry OGs, because nobody likes them, right? For us, it's the difference. We are friends with all of the industry leaders. You can see it on some of the pictures. I could put like 100 pictures here of all of the people that are really leading the industry, right? Another point is we invest more than $250,000 every single year to attend in-person masterminds and events to stay cutting edge, right? Some of the pictures that you can see here, Sebastian attending the Nick Cosson Mastermind, or Sebastian and me in Miami together with Bridger, Kino Body, Eli Wilde, Brian Moncada, or Sebastian and I in Dubai together with Alex Fedotov and a couple of other high-level people, right? Because we understood your network is your net worth. There are people who are on the same level as you, and there are people who are more experienced than you. Everybody has their own struggles and is on their own journey. So every couple of months, we have in-person masterminds where we bring together the smartest mind of the D2C space with experts we know that can help. Because this in-person exchange is so valuable, and that's why I invest so much money in it. And everything we learn, obviously, we share in this community and in the New World era. And some of the stuff you can also find on our YouTube channels, right? So for example, Miami vlog, what you can see here, or our learnings from private $36,000 masterminds. It's not that we invest this and then we keep it for ourselves. We invest this money and then we share it with you guys, right? And the last point that I want to make for the trust is we literally have worked with the biggest players in the game, creating hundreds of case studies. This includes a lot of your favorite brands, literally brands that you see on your feed every single day. For example, and I always included proof here, right? The Udi from David Fogarty is a 9-figure fashion brand. You can find the proof here, right? Work together with another friend of mine who's running the media buying, build the product pages, run A/B tests, build the landing pages. For Vessi, it's also a 9-figure brand, right? Kino Buddy, Greg Gallagher, he's one of the biggest fitness influencers. Sebastian and I are working on it as we speak, creating new offers for him, new landing pages, and helping him scale. Akash, also a mutual client of ours. We helped him scale from 0 to 10 million in 12 months. Ozzy Mozzy from Paul Nicholas. We worked together last year, right before his exit. So we improved his conversion rate, AOV across his funnels, and then he did a successful exit with the brand. Nails from Lucas Winiger. Sebastian helped him scale from $500,000 per month to over 2.2 million per month in only 4 months, right? And under everything, you can find the video to that. Solace bands from Henry and Chad. Sebastian and I worked on this too. 350K per month to 1.3 million per month in a couple of months. Waldoho, scaling to 8 figures. Falkenthal, taking them from 200K a year to 25 million per year. Robbie, right? Insane case study from Sebastian. Took them from 0 to 2 million in 70 days with TikTok. And some of the other cases of 8-figure brands that we were working with. Naturtreu, which is one of the fastest growing supplement brands in Germany and one of the biggest ones. Drippy Amsterdam, you've probably seen it on Instagram or Snapchat because this is a huge influencer jewelry brand. Buttercloth is a huge Shark Tank-backed fashion brand. PHC Beauty is an A-list celebrity skincare brand in Germany. So this is just some of the case studies we have to show you that we are really about this talk, right? And this should be enough to show you that we really do what we say we do. And you may ask yourself, okay, Carl, this is great. Now I know all of the cases, but what's in it for me? Why am I sitting here and watching this video? So let me explain. Did you ever ask yourself what you really wanted to achieve in life? I did. I wanted to become a successful person that can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants it. I wanted the ultimate freedom. And from reverse engineering highly successful individuals, I found out they all had one thing in common. They were running their own business and they were making a fuck ton of money that they can spend to achieve the ultimate freedom. So that's the long-term goal we're working on together with you. And the first stepping stone to this long-term goal is getting you and your brand to 6 figures a month in revenue for your e-commerce company. Because this is the first essential altitude that you need to reach on your journey, because this means that you will generate free cash flow for the first point in your business that you can then reinvest into your business to make it grow more. And now, your reality check, if you're listening to this right now, if your goal is maximizing your potential and the revenue that you're doing, then you have to push the throttle hard, right? Only the people that go hard are going to succeed. If you have like a Larifari approach, this is not going to work. Breaking news. Your mindset and work ethic is going to be the make or break this year with the current crisis and economic downturn. Meaning, either way, you come up as a successful winner at the end of the year, or you're going to be a loser. We are living in a crisis and in an economic downturn, and you really got to understand the urgency that you need to apply to making business right now. And lastly, to be honest, $100,000 per month isn't really anything crazy in e-commerce. It may sound crazy for you right now if you're 10, 20, 30K, whatever a month, but literally it's just a basic level to achieve. You could do this with one product, one ad channel, and one good performing ad. So we've literally seen 18-year-olds print multi-6 figures profit a month. We have seen startups that have become multiple 7-figure cash exits. We have seen some weird dropshipping products that have made over $800,000 in profits after taxes in a few months. We have seen this happen so many times that we understood 100K a month is nothing, right? So this is what you got to understand. This is the shift in your mind that has to happen in order for you to really become successful. And now Sebastian is going to talk about our core thesis and exactly how you can reach 6 figures a month.
It's hard to beat such an intro, but I try to develop on that. So our core thesis is going from 5 to 6 figures a month means moving from a centralized to a decentralized system. This sounds like a pretty bunch of buzzwords, but it's basically just the lingo for the new model that we want to go after 2023 and onwards, because the traditional way is not going to do it anymore for you. You know the typical agencies, you know all the free content, as well as the podcasts, you know the industry events where the typical founders run around dropping some quote unquote nuggets. You know all the funnels, all the free ebooks, all the free audits, all the free giveaways, all the free value. And at this point, you're probably starting to realize more of what is being done so far only brings incremental improvements from like 20 to 30%, but it's not going to get you a 4 to 10x on your business case. And business can be difficult, and it may feel like running on a treadmill with a weighted vest on. You can either train to get better at running, or you could put the vest off and switch to the new model of capital efficiency. What has worked so far only ever gets you so far. Not knowing how to get to 7 figures will cost you 7 figures a year, and you have to let that sink in. By you not knowing how to rack up 7 to 8 figures a year in your ecom brand, that means you're missing out on so much cash and revenue in your specific case. So not knowing how to get to 7 figures will cost you 7 figures, and not pursuing the way in getting to this point is like the most risky move you could do. It's like investing at Bitcoin at the top. And very few founders have ever made the leap from 0 to 1 million or like 1 million to 10 million themselves. And very, very few agencies, even fewer than that, have done it themselves. They prefer to play with the money and businesses of other people rather than getting involved themselves and understand the bigger picture. So here's how we're going to help you achieve the 7-figure altitude in order for you to rack up as much free capital as possible and you building a successful brand, so that after implementing that, you just want to work with us either on the CRO and multi-funnel testing, or with us to build out your in-house media buying team in order to scale to 8 figures and potentially exit your brand. We coined this the Ecom Messiah framework, step-by-step roadmap of getting you from product market fit to 6 figures per month. And in 2018, to be honest, it was far too easy to make a fortune with bad dropshipping products and Facebook ads, thanks to a godlike algorithm. In 2020, the CPMs dropped. People stayed at home. They had free capital, which was literally thrown out of the window in the ecom boom. In 2021, the VCs were throwing money around and funding any idea, no matter how irrelevant it was, as long as you could dance your name correctly after 3 tries. And in 2022, TikTok ads started working really great, and you were looking at numbers like Facebook 2018 with ever-improving algorithms. All trends, if you were lucky enough to write them in time, have secondary consequences marked by growth inertia and delusion. So to be successful in 2023, you have to work with a new model to grow robustly, crisis-proof, and above all, predictable, so that you are leaving the performance roller coaster and have a scalable business that works for you. And to do this, you need to master these 4 building blocks. First of all, the foundation, and then the acquisition, the conversion, and the retention. And without gatekeeping anything, here are the 4 phases in detail. Phase 1, foundation and go-to-market. The war is already decided before it starts. Sun Tzu, The Art of War, one of my favorite books. And here's the deal. The battle to become a profitable 8-figure brand is won before you even enter the field. There is often an invisible hand working against the success of brand owners, which translate into the typical day-to-day problems. A lot of brands plateau at the 7-figure run rate and suffer from a fragmented approach, meaning they have too many external players involved and control is lost in the process. The decisions that are made are ad hoc instead of strategically. So they find themselves often putting out fires, and the flexibility in their actions is limited by the golden cage they lock themselves into. And these manifest themselves in the form of constantly fluctuating performance in paid ads, strong dependence on seasons or sales events, verifying success of influencer collaborations, employees coming and going, they're solving ad hoc problems, aka they're playing firefighter with multiple fires that they have to put out in their business, a lack of common thread in day-to-day operations, lack of capital to fill key positions, an unclear balancing act between product development and growth, and after all, the profit margin suffers disproportionately during the growth. The consequences from that, you have either a hobby-level brand, that means a brand that fails to find market penetration traction, or you have stagnation and declining growth. The bigger the brand gets, the more sluggish it becomes according to this model. These business problems right now, if you look at Twitter, if you look at LinkedIn, if you look at Instagram, are accepted as normal and just how it is. This is factually wrong. In fact, the Champions League companies grow from 0 to 100 million in a short amount of time. This inconvenient truth is the basis of the mentioned contrarian thinking, because if you're doing the same that everyone else is doing, you're signing up for the same results everyone else is getting. And you don't want that. You want arbitrarily big returns in an exponential way for you to succeed in the playing field. And our solution for that, we have to dial in the 3 non-negotiables. To play all the cards right in our purpose, the following steps are our non-negotiables. First of all, you have to create an irresistible offer to master the go-to-market phase. Then you need to have a unique competitive advantage, like a factually unique product, unique unit economics, or a unique market or a unique angle. And thirdly, you have to have a unique access channel. You have to ask yourself, where is the product sold before? Is there a channel where the product has never significantly scaled? Is there a channel where the product has never been scaled with unique unit economics? Or is there a channel where a specific angle has never been pushed? And we're going to answer all of those questions inside our school group for everyone to solve it themselves and to rack up some crazy profits by doing that. The phase 2, acquiring customers with omni-channel ads. Even in 2023, brands are still struggling with full stack omni-channel ads. Even brands that hit an 8-figure run rate have like 80% of their acquisition focus on only one main channel. But right now, the buying behavior is anything but linear. So it has the potential for huge gaps in the customer journey, creating either wasted opportunities or excessive overspending. Both prevent capital efficiency at scale. And the common problem for that is different offers with increasing complexity and more or less high sustainability are running on different channels in order to actually get the capital efficient maximum out of the channels. The brands that are trying this approach are limited by the restrictive construct that limit each other interdependently. That means they have an invisible hand working against them because they can't move fast. This leaves only the opportunity for improvements of the existing base in small steps instead of a scaled up growth, quite different from what was possible in earlier phases of the company. And you might experience that at your 10 to 30K per month state right now too, because you're doing the old approach, you're doing the old strategies, you're doing the old concepts that you picked up on some YouTube channels, but they aren't just cutting it anymore. And our solution for that is the optimum selling system approach with an evergreen offer and add that funnel into this offer. So you need a code-friendly offer, you need a strong first access channel, you need to close the flanks by a pull marketing channel, and then if you really want to scale hard, you need a second access channel to scale your acquisition to the next level. The question to start that we're definitely going to answer once you sign up for school is, what channel will work best for your offer and audience? You have to build something based around that. On top of that, you need a creative system that churns out exactly the right creatives in the right sequence for you to first of all validate your most profitable channel and sustain the level of scale we want to see from your ads. Gone are the times of buying cheap content from weird platforms that you need to heavily edit or rip off from competitors. This will bring you to the forefront of players inside your market and differentiate you from any other ecom guy there is. And once this is dialed in and you don't need to worry about where your next winning ads come from, we're going to cover all bases on your favorite ad platforms for you to really run rampage on omni-channel advertising. No more one-trick pony stuff with one winning ad that scales for 2 months and then you're back to scratch.
So phase number 3 is you want to maximize ads performance with conversion frameworks. What I mean by that is with the current market situation, a lot of D2C brands are struggling hardcore because they are facing a single complicated issue, which is the rising costs of cost per acquisition and traffic not converting like it used to. This means that over time, what you pay for the traffic has gotten more and more expensive, right? And the problem with that is most brands are hyper focused on trying to cut down what they pay for traffic, right? So you waste your precious energy, time, and money because you want to lower what you pay for traffic. And most of the brands try doing this by hiring and churning through different advertising agencies or overcomplicating the creative and media buying strategies. But this is short-sighted As the truth is, you want to maximize what happens after the click, not before the click, right? So obviously you need to dial in the foundations and the traffic channels and creatives, but then a lot of money is being left on the table by not optimizing your store and your landing pages, right? So you really want to focus on boosting your conversions and your average order value across your entire funnel, because then your performance marketing efforts are getting a higher ROI. So without even touching the ads, if you just focus on conversion rate optimization, boost your AOV, boost your conversion rate, then you instantly get a higher ROAS, right? And this means that over time, you're going to be able to spend more than your competition on the traffic and on acquiring new customers, which is giving you a crazy competitive edge. Also, another problem that a lot of brand owners are facing is they don't really understand how to turn prospects into customers, and they don't understand the data, right? And without data, you cannot really optimize. When in reality, you should have a data-driven process. So, based on understanding your prospects, customers' psychology, and their journey to your store, only then you can understand really what they want, what they respond to, and how to make a powerful offer that works for them. Because without that, without like a really deep understanding of sales and buyer psychology, you're just playing a guessing game. So our solution that we're going to give you are the conversion frameworks and designated landing page meanings. Three things: conversion frameworks that will help you boost conversions and average order value, landing page templates that sell, product page templates that sells, and a whole consumer psychology masterclass, meaning I will exactly explain the frameworks and the approach that we use to turn more prospects into buyers for our clients, right? And now the last phase is really understanding how to retain customers. So I'm going to give back to Sebastian so he can explain it.
So the phase 4, retaining customers and boosting back-end revenue. Anyone can email his customer base and annoy the shit out of them. We all spend way too much time in Klaviyo or Omnisend, but this is not what we are after. To have the base in place right now, to have your welcome flows, to have your abandoned checkout flows, to have your sunset flows, your engaged flows, is minimum wage. It's not a differentiator anymore to have the basics covered. You will get all of our email, SMS, and WhatsApp flows to convert either abandoned carts, site visitors, and returning customers like clockwork, copy and paste for you to just paste them into your Klaviyo account to rack up some awesome numbers. Because 9 out of 10 brands lack them in the first place. And what they're lacking is the basis that allows them to spend more on acquiring customer or to have the same CPA, but make more money in the long term out of them. This is bad news because a highly optimized brand can spend twice the amount per customer once they have retention in place, so that the LTV refinances everything of their acquisition efforts. And we are going to optimize not for retained customers that buy some cheap stuff, but for retained revenue in the shortest time possible. Even though we are going to be highly profitable in the front end by cracking a code-friendly offer, this will spit out some nasty profits in your case in order for you to reach financial freedom. And literally, no one has that in place. And the brands that master this stuff are the brands that crushes big time right now. And one of the biggest supplement brands that we are working on right now has like an insane amount of retaining customer and a loyal customer base that finances all of the acquisition efforts, and they're racking up like $500,000 a month in profit, which is like insane. And common problems by realizing that is brands leave money on the table by not establishing email as a retention system, and they neglect building a strong community that supplements the UGC sourcing. Our solution for that, custom customer relationship management and mail flows. Your brand is going to produce die-hard fans right after the first purchase, retains them in a community, and allows you to either sell them more stuff or using them as a content flywheel, because they are more than happy to share their genuine experience with your product in order for you to use this content in your advertising. Bad feedback score and nasty Trustpilot reviews, that's some rookie shit. We don't want that anymore. We want a loyal fan base that spits out happy customers, and we solve that for you inside our community. The secondary effect by solving that is finally gaining positive word of mouth. If you don't have positive word of mouth working in your favor, you have negative word of mouth actively working against you, making your day-to-day operations like scaling ads harder than they need to be. And by building a community that is loyal to the brand, the referrals will start flowing in right after the first purchase, and you're getting viral effects on your products that shrink down your customer acquisition costs back to zero in theory. And we want to get to that point by having a great community.
Conclusion of all of this and the next steps for you to take right now. This is the new world era that we have been talking about. We will provide all of the resources you need to scale to 6 figures a month for free in our community, the e-commerce Messiah, which means we literally solve e-commerce. So what I want you to do is click on this link. I will also put it down below in the comments and pin it, is join our school group. Right? You can just click on this link. It's going to take you to the school group. Then you can join the group and we will see you inside.